Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
You're watching South Asia NEWSLINE and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Monday, the 24th of March. Security forces intensify search operation in Jammu and Kashmir. Pak arrest activist Mehrang Baloch files terror charges as rights groups demand her release. And Nepal PM alleges Indian involvement in royalist stir, Foreign Minister refutes claim. And now for all the details. In a heightened counter-terror effort, security forces have deployed unmanned aerial vehicles as part of an ongoing coordinated search operation in the Sanyal area of Hiranagar in Jammu and Kashmir's Kathua district. The joint operation involving the Jammu and Kashmir Police and troops from the Indian Army's Rising Star Corps was launched late on March 23rd following credible intelligence inputs indicating terrorist presence in the region. Based on intelligence input regarding the presence of terrorists, a joint operation has been launched by Jammu Kashmir Police and troops of Rising Star Corps on 23rd March 2025 in the general area of Sanyal, Hiranagar. Operations in progress, the Rising Star Corps stated in a post on X. During the search, a firing incident was reported in the Hiranagar area, prompting security forces to tighten their cordon and intensify surveillance, including the use of UAVs to track potential terrorist movements. The operation was ongoing at the time of the latest reports. Amid calls by human rights bodies and activists for the release of Baloch activist Mehrang Baloch, Pakistani authorities have charged her and other members of the Baloch Yagjeti Committee with terrorism-related offences. A report.
Pakistani authorities on Monday registered multiple FIRs against Mehrang Baloch, chief organizer of the Baloch Yagjeti Committee, along with 150 others over allegations of inciting violence, a move that has drawn sharp criticism from human rights groups. According to Dawn, the charges against Mehrang and other BYC members include various offences under Pakistan's Anti-Terrorism Act and the Pakistan Penal Code, including terrorism, murder, incitement to violence and promoting racial hatred. Rights groups have stated that Mehrang Baloch was arrested earlier on Saturday along with 17 others. However, Pakistani authorities have yet to confirm her arrest publicly, though police sources say she remains in Quetta district jail under MPO provisions. Her detention has sparked widespread criticism, with Amnesty International demanding her release and urging authorities to refrain from implicating Baloch activists in frivolous cases to prolong their detention unlawfully. The Baloch Human Rights Council has also condemned the authorities' actions, calling for urgent intervention from the United Nations to secure Mehrang's release. The BHRC warned that continued silence from the international community would embolden Pakistani authorities to intensify their crackdown on Baloch activists. Meanwhile, a complete shutdown is being observed in Balochistan following a call by the BYC, and protests have also been staged in London. The Baloch National Movement led a demonstration outside the British Prime Minister's office, urging the UK government to take immediate action for the safe release of detained activists.
The United States has lifted a $10 million reward offer for information leading to the arrest of a major Taliban leader, Sirajuddin Haqqani, an Afghan Interior Ministry spokesperson said this past weekend. The FBI, however, still lists the reward on its website, saying Haqqani was believed to have coordinated and participated in cross-border attacks against the US and coalition forces in Afghanistan. The Haqqani network grew into one of the deadliest arms of the Taliban after the US-led 2001 invasion of Afghanistan. The group employed roadside bombs, suicide bombings and other major attacks on foreign embassies. A Taliban-led foreign ministry official said the group's release of American prisoner George Glesman last week and the removal of bounties showed both sides are taking constructive steps to pave the way for progress in bilateral relations. India has not yet responded to Bangladesh's request for a meeting between Chief Advisor Mohammad Yunus and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the sidelines of the upcoming BIMSTEC summit in Bangkok, Thailand, early next month, news agency UNB has reported. Foreign Affairs Advisor Mohammad Tauhid Hussain confirmed on Sunday that there had been no response from New Delhi regarding the proposed bilateral meeting. No, there has been no response, Hussain told reporters when asked about the status of the request. India's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal had earlier shared a similar response last week when asked about the possible meeting. However, media reports suggest that New Delhi is considering a meeting between the Indian Prime Minister and Bangladesh Chief Advisor, though the timing remains uncertain. While both countries have engaged in a series of high-level diplomatic exchanges at the foreign ministerial level, Prime Minister Modi has yet to meet Yunus in person. Yunus has been leading Bangladesh interim government since four-time Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina fled to New Delhi. Relations between the two nations have been strained since Hasina's ouster, as she was considered close to New Delhi. Elon Musk's Starlink satellite broadband services will remain on hold in Sri Lanka until the company guarantees government agencies the right to access data or communication details for national security purposes, the Daily Mirror has reported. Speaking to the Daily Mirror, Sri Lanka's Deputy Minister of Information Technology stated that Starlink services would only be permitted once the company ensures legal interception rights for Sri Lanka's security apparatus. There may be instances where Starlink satellite communication services are misused for unlawful activities. In such cases, Sri Lankan security agencies must have the right to access relevant data for legal actions, the minister was quoted as saying. Starlink had approached Sri Lanka in 2024 under the Ranil Wickremesinghe administration following the passage of a new telecommunications bill, the first major amendment to the country's telecom laws in 28 years. The Disa Naik administration has stated that the previous agreement lacked a data sharing provision and that Starlink services will not be authorized until these interception rights are secured. Discussions remain at a preliminary stage with the Defence Ministry and the Telecommunications Regulatory Commission of Sri Lanka actively engaging with Starlink to resolve the matter. Nepalese Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has accused India of playing a role in the recent pro-monarchy movement in Nepal, sources have said. Speaking to the Indian Express, a senior member of the ruling CPN-UML stated that Oli has vowed to expose the alleged conspiracy in Parliament. The sources added that Oli made these remarks during a meeting with party office bearers, further threatening to have former King Gyanendra Shah arrested. However, this claim appears to conflict with statements made by Nepal's Foreign Minister Arzu Rana Dueba, who earlier last week said there was no indication of India's involvement in Nepal's internal political matters. Dueba, who was in New Delhi last week for the Raisena dialogue, stated upon her return to Kathmandu that she did not find any intention to change the government or the present system, emphasizing that India supports Nepal's democratic framework. She added that her visit to New Delhi primarily focused on strengthening diplomatic ties and securing energy cooperation with minimal political discussions taking place. Highlighting her meeting with Indian counterpart S. Jaishankar, Dueba said India has denied any connection to the royalist movement in Nepal. These developments come amid rising calls for the reinstatement of the monarchy in Nepal. The Himalayan nation abolished its centuries-old constitutional monarchy in 2006 after King Gyanendra stepped down following a parliamentary vote that ended the 240-year-old Hindu monarchy. Since then, Nepal has had 13 democratic governments, with growing frustration over the republic emerging. Critics blame the system for economic struggles and widespread corruption. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.
Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.